My nephew said his sister shouldn't get any inheritance just because she's a girl, so I made things right. When my brother passed, he left his 2 kids behind, my nephew Owen and my niece Harper. He didn't have a lot, but he did leave a small inheritance, and he asked me to manage it for them until they each turned 21. Since I don't have kids of my own, this felt like the one way I could truly honor him, by making sure his children got a fair start in life. The plan was always simple. They'd each get an equal split. But people have a way of showing you who they really are. Even when they were little, I saw how Owen treated Harper. He was always so dismissive, so quick to shut her down. Whenever Harper got excited about college, an internship, or even a new hobby, Owen would just smirk and say something like, "She's wasting her time." I wrote it off as typical sibling rivalry, but it only got worse as they got older. Last month, Harper, who's 19, got accepted into this amazing summer program for her major. She was telling us about it at dinner, just glowing with excitement. For the first time in a long time, the room just felt light. And then Owen, who had just turned 21, leaned back in his chair with his smug little laugh and said the 6 words that blew up the entire night. "She'll just marry into money anyway." Harper just froze. I watched the light drain from her face as she quietly excused herself from the table. Owen, meanwhile, just went back to eating, completely satisfied with himself. In that silence, I remembered my brother whispering to me years ago, "Promise me you'll protect them both, especially her." He wasn't worried because she was weak. He was worried because he knew the world can be a cruel place for ambitious women. The next day, I met Owen at the bank to give him his inheritance. He was already talking about the car he was going to buy, a trip he'd take, and maybe investing what was left. I looked him in the eye and asked if he really believed what he'd said about his sister. He just shrugged. "Yeah, why? Some guy will take care of her. That's just how things work." That was it. That was the moment my decision was made. Owen got his share, exactly half, just as my brother wanted. I signed the papers and wished him well. As he walked out grinning at his phone, I turned right back to the banker. I took every penny of Harper's share, plus a significant amount from my own savings, and put it all into an ironclad trust. A trust that will pay for grad school, for travel, for whatever life she chooses to build for herself. A week later, Owen called, absolutely furious. He'd found out Harper's portion was bigger, and demanded to know why it wasn't fair. I told him it was equal, as far as his father's money was concerned. What I chose to add to Harper's future came from me. I told him if he had shown his sister a shred of respect, I might have considered helping him too. But he made it clear he didn't think she deserved it. So I decided to prove him wrong. He called me manipulative. I said I was just keeping the promise I made to his father. The line went dead. Harper still doesn't know about the extra funds. She just knows she has enough to follow her ambitions without fear. So tell me, am I the one in the wrong? Thanks for watching.